Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So it's looking as though XRP is still holding on here, guys. Right now, as of the time of this recording, XRP is trading at about 48.5 cents. And, the rally, it's great, when you wake up and you think to yourself, oh, XRP is still at the same place that it was when I went to bed. But then the realizing, what gets me really happy, is when you see that it actually hit a new high while you were asleep, 55.7, guys, 0.557, so over 55.5 cents. And then when I had woken up, it had come right back down to about 49 cents, so in and around here. So we are retracing a little bit now. I mean, this is par for the course. This is actually healthy movement for XRP. We cannot have a solid green line going straight to the moon, guys. That is just not sustainable. So, I'm glad we're seeing a bit of a sell-off. I'm glad we're seeing this selling pressure right now. So this is XRP on the hourly, just throwing it on the daily. You guys can see we have had some significant progress to the upside. Now, yesterday was a very bullish day. The day before that was actually fairly bearish, but as you guys can see, it's almost like we've been alternating, okay? Green, red, green. Here we have two greens in a row, red, green, green, red, green. And so where are we going to end off today? And, even if this candlestick doesn't end up in the green, I still think as XRP holders, we are in a good spot. Now, putting this back on the 1 hour, you guys can see the trend is moving downward. But, as we kind of examine this a little more closely, that's the 45-minute chart. We got the 30-minute chart here, 15-minute chart. Let's throw it on the 5-minute chart. Okay, XRP did find some support right in and around here at about the 49.5 cent mark. And so on the micro time frame, this is the 5-minute chart again. We're only looking at this because we are looking at the micro movements for XRP right now. You guys can see we did find some support in here, finding old resistance right in and around here, but we did break through that. So now the next question is, can we hold this support here from just yesterday? It would be around 47.7. And if we do, I think that could prove beneficial. I still think we could see the trend ultimately continue to rally even if we're holding 47.7. Let's not forget the last time we saw 47.7 was just yesterday. And before that, well, when did we see it before that? Throwing it on the daily, 47.7 was not seen since May 11th. So a lot of reasons why we are in a positive space. And as you guys can see, the mainstream news trying to shake us out. This from Wheezy at Nerd Nation Unbox. Thank goodness there's the internet to preserve naysayers on video. They will be immortalized by these videos for generations to come. Hashtag XRP. They ushered in their generation innovation, which helped their time. Now our generation does. This originally tweeted out by James Rule XRP with a face palm emoji for good reason.
I follow crypto, and I ask myself the question, what's a good basis upon which you're going to buy crypto? What is the underlying value? What are the fundamentals? And the answer is there none. It's purely and simply speculative. I think everybody's been told that they're clearly and simply speculative. I know there are going to be people that are crypto lovers. Okay. They're going to disagree with me, but stay away from it. It's purely speculation, and you might hit it right, but you're probably going to hit it wrong.
All right.
Yeah, all right, buddy, whatever you say. The problem in his comments is that he's not entirely wrong. Much of cryptocurrency is a speculative play. But, when you're going in front of millions of viewers and you're saying all of crypto, he's making it sound like every single cryptocurrency is a speculative play, and that is clearly just not true. So you know what, actually, I'm going to take Hugh Johnson's advice and invest in something that isn't speculative, something that has fundamentals, that has real-world value. Obviously, we know about the partnerships with XRP. We know it's rallying for various different reasons, including some favorable news. But, the mainstream media just does not want us in, guys. This came out just recently. JP Morgan chief Jamie Dimon has gone back and now flip-flopped once again, calling crypto a decentralized Ponzi scheme. He said, speaking to Congress, Dimon called himself a major skeptic on crypto tokens and elaborated that cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin are decentralized Ponzi schemes. And the notion that it is good for anybody is unbelievable. So although JP Morgan is now trading Bitcoin and accepting Bitcoin for their clients, I know Jamie Dimon has gone on the record and said, hey, look, if they want them, we're going to give it to them. But, that's not to say that I necessarily like Bitcoin. And so he's going out on the record again saying this. This is not the first instance in which JP Morgan executive has criticized cryptocurrency, as he previously expressed his distrust in cryptocurrencies in an interview with CNBC, calling Bitcoin a terrible store of value. He continued that the cryptocurrency had been used frequently for illicit purposes. And we know what he said in 2017 when he called all cryptocurrency a fraud. So trying to shake us out. Meanwhile, we've got Michael Branch here posting this. Now, David Gokhshtein is a crypto enthusiast and influencer. He says he should have bought more XRP instead of meme coins. He's saying, you know what, XRP was the smart play here, and yet he decided to buy meme coins instead. Amidst the proponents of XRP, David Gokhshtein appears the most vocal. The 40-year-old media personality is known for promoting XRP as he keeps reiterating his intent to cup more of the asset. Gokhshtein took to Twitter to express his regret for not purchasing more of the asset, swiping at some meme tokens, and his quote was, "As such, I should have got more XRP rather than these effing meme tokens." So he's feeling the regret as well. Like I've been saying for months now, it was only a matter of time before we saw XRP rally. For those who are patient, for those who were willing to stick it out through the SEC lawsuit, well, we are the ones that are going to come out of this gloriously and victoriously. And I know, as of now, the XRP trend isn't looking that good on the hourly, on the micro time frame, but guys, the momentum, I believe, could continue. If you think back to former bull runs and how, most cryptocurrencies behave during bull runs, there are long periods of, or relatively long periods of green upward bullish momentum, followed by some retracements. And as we get higher and higher, the retracements get deeper and deeper, just because the volatility gets greater and greater. And so right now, we're actually not seeing so much volatility. It looks volatile because I have it here on the 1 hour, but putting it on the day again, just looking at what we did see yesterday, and we saw some great bullish momentum basically over the last week, bringing XRP up. How much? From down here, September the 16th, we're up 50%, and to the localized high, we are actually up 73.5%. So the use cases here, the lawsuit is definitely spurring this on. The fundamentals for the XRP crypto token obviously are playing into this. People are realizing that this is going to be a transformational system that changes the world of finance. And all this, guys, on the heels of this, I saw this from Nicola3 here on Twitter, also brought to me by Dodler for XRP. 30th of September 2022 will be the last day you can use our paper 20-pound and 50-pound notes. After September 30th, these paper notes will no longer be legal tender, so we encourage people to spend or deposit them ahead of this date. And when I first saw this, I thought this was a hoax of some sort, but then I went to the Bank of England's official website, and sure enough, it is in fact right there on their website. Can I still use paper 20 and 50-pound notes? If you go to their website here, it gives you some more information on that, exchanging old banknotes. You may be able to deposit withdrawn notes at your own bank or with the post office. Alternatively, you can exchange withdrawn notes with selected post office branches or with the Bank of England. So it looks as though they are, I don't know. This sounds a bit extreme. Anyone in the UK care to comment on this? Put it down in the comment section, or you guys can tag me on Twitter. I'm over there on Twitter at WorkingMoneyCH, that's my moniker. So a bit unusual and a bit extreme, I gotta say. Getting rid of these banknotes in the UK, a move towards a cashless society, and Dodler for XRP also brought this to my attention. Or no, sorry, it wasn't Dodler for XRP, it was Crypto Dash actually brought this to my attention. Apparently, this poster has been circulating around the Netherlands, I believe in Amsterdam specifically, this winter. Coming for you and your family, the Great Reset. You will own nothing and you will be happy. It looks like an interesting movie that I would definitely watch. I don't know what it's for, but apparently this has been circulating around the Netherlands. If you're from the Netherlands, let me know if you've seen it. All right, so this is the reality of the world today, the backdrop of the world that we're living in. And, now's an opportunity to buy. We've got guys like Robert Kiyosaki even saying 2022 is the time to get richer. This one brought to us by XRP Crypto Wolf here on Twitter. Prominent investor and author of popular book and financial self-education, Rich Dad Poor Dad. This is Robert Kiyosaki, obviously. He believes that 2022 is the time to get richer, especially now, he says, as markets have been crashing, including the cryptocurrency one led by Bitcoin. Kiyosaki's message is that the rich, the definition from the aforementioned book basically means smart, and knowing how to make money, become richer during these times of crisis. That means this year. Kiyosaki is also a great supporter of Bitcoin, although unlike many other Bitcoiners, he is not a maximalist. He also invests money into gold and silver. But here's the tweet, guys. In Rich Dad Poor Dad, I stated Rich Dad's 3 lessons, okay? So in a nutshell, 1, your house is not an asset. 2, savers are losers. 3, the rich do not work for money. The rich are entrepreneurs who do not need a job. They create jobs, create their own assets, and do well in market crashes. So 2022 is your time to get richer. Basically looking at the macro perspective here, and let me just bring up the total market cap, guys, here for all of cryptocurrency. As you guys can see, crypto, although XRP and a few others like Algorand and XLM have been spiking, we have not seen the majority of the market really moving. If I just look at Bitcoin real quick here, Bitcoin is trading at 18,900. So Bitcoin definitely not moving to the same beat as XRP, but this is an opportunity. Oh, and I guess I should probably mention to you that, well, I was telling you that I was going to deploy some of my capital into another cryptocurrency, and I wasn't sure what. I was taking a look at some chart patterns and some of the WEF coins specifically, and decided I think I'm going to do Solana. Yeah, I think I'm going to do Solana. This is a pure spec play based on technicals. I'm just choosing a WEF coin because I have a feeling there will be less Terra Luna-like problems with coins like this. I know the rate of return might not be as much, but take a look at that chart. I mean, you cannot argue with that trend. Since mid-2020, we just saw a soar. I believe it was over 44,000%, 51,000, almost 52,000% for Solana since that time. And now we've retraced almost 90%. So although it did go up over $260, we still have seen that extreme pullback to almost 90%, 88% approximately. So I just decided, you know what? This is going to be a big spec play for me this rally, and that is where I deployed the rest of my capital. It is a WEF coin. It does solve problems. Like I've said in the past, the majority of my holdings, though, are in XRP, and this is why I'm interested in how XRP does. But you got to diversify, guys. Always diversify. Michael Branch here posting this. Here's why the Ripple XRP price is pumping and will take out $1. So these guys are going as far as saying we are going to get above $1. XRP has reached a 4-month high amidst positive developments in the case between Ripple and the SEC. So that is just part of it. So this article just getting into some of the background information here about Ripple, the lawsuit, the all-time high set back in 2018. And now, we are in a lawsuit. It is pumping because we have gotten some positive news. XRP's indicator suggests some very strong momentum right now. Its relative strength index in purple above has passed 70, and despite a slight dip this morning, remains close to 75. So the relative strength index right over here. Look at that, off the charts, okay? So we are seeing a lot of strength for the momentum for XRP. At the same time, XRP's 30-day moving average, the red, has turned upwards and looks set to overtake its 200-day average in blue. Such an eventuality could signal a breakout rally in which XRP potentially returns to levels seen last year in and around $1 to $1.30. So if we see that, guys, things are going to get very exciting very quickly. There's a fairly simple reason why the price is pumping. Of course, the XRP lawsuit and positive news coming from there has definitely helped this along. So this article just links tweets from James K. Filan and Jeremy Hogan down in here. Stuff that we've been going over for the last several months. How high can XRP rise? While the latest development is perhaps the most bullish thing to happen to XRP during the Ripple SEC case, there have been other rulings and events over the past year or so which have also strengthened the case for a bull run for this altcoin. For example, in January of this year, Ripple won access to SEC emails and documents concerning an important 2018 speech in which its former chairman Bill Hinman declared that Ethereum and BTC were not securities. So again, just more with the lawsuit. Ultimately, though, they are looking at fundamentals. They are looking at relative strength, the RSI. They are looking at the 200-day moving average. So what I thought I'd do is look at this from a pure technical perspective. We know that the social perspective, the news that's coming out is all very positive, and this is what's getting the FOMO really rocking and rolling. But technically, is this sustainable? Well, some positive news suggesting it can be. This is from Eggrag Crypto here on Twitter, XRP Pump Thoughts. So here's just some thoughts that he had, and then I'm going to get into some technicals in a sec. Lately, I've been asked on the DM so many times why XRP is pumping. So number one, settlement is coming and price action usually happens prior to such big events. Number two, an unpopular opinion, yet an interesting one, Ethereum holders are fleeing from ETH and jumping on board of XRP because Ethereum lawsuit is coming next. Now, we've certainly heard a lot of negative news with regards to Ethereum development, and Ethereum price has suffered as a result. Right now, Ethereum's trading at just under 1,300, 1,291. So hasn't really seen a lot in terms of momentum to the upside, just kind of staying stagnant with the rest of the market here. If we compare that, just give you guys a brief snapshot of Ethereum, comparing that to XRP on the same time frame, and boom, XRP has rallied. Well, Ethereum has stayed relatively flat here. So 2 social components here that eGreg brings up. There was also this from Cassini Capital, all right, that I wanted to get into as well. XRP from a technical perspective, and guys, hear me out because the technicals are also going to be important. When you merge the technicals with the news, this is a recipe for success. I've been involved in XRP since 2017, and I've been watching patiently during the last 2-year law case with the SEC. Attorney Jeremy Hogan has covered this diligently throughout and appears things are heating up. Let's look at the charts, bullish and bearish, okay? So he's bringing this up, support, resistance, and the trend line. Price has entered the first key HTF resistance level, price still below the bear market diagonal trend line zone. These are both key zones. If price can flip these into support, it would be extremely bullish. So he is looking at this zone here, trend lines. Okay, we are right in and around here. As of the time of that he took this snapshot, XRP was trading just shy of 54 cents at 53.9. And so if we take the XRP daily chart here and just throw a quick trend line on there, you guys can see this trend line doesn't match up perfectly here, but you guys can see by and large, mostly we need to get up past 65 cents. So we are almost there, not quite there yet. So those are just some things to be paying attention to. He continues by saying, bear market fibs, impressive. More off the lows, taking out the first fib level. Price still short of the 38.2, which is confluent with the HTF resistance from the previous chart. Lots of work still to do to form a fib perspective, but let's keep an eye on it. So from a Fibonacci, we still do need to get up past through these levels, and he just puts everything down here on the chart with his fibs. And guys, I will link this in the description if you want to look at it in more detail. Weekly EMA, okay? As my followers know, I like to watch the 8, 21, and 50-week EMA in a bull market. From that logic, there is still bearish HTF momentum, 50-week acting as resistance. Can price flip the 21 and 50 into support? Let's keep an eye on it. So we are almost there. We're getting past these ones here, the 8 and the 21. But we really do need to get past the 50 in order for this to be confirmed, at least according to Cassini Capital. The 200-day moving average as well. Okay, the 200-day is a significant moving average for most assets, no different for XRP. In a bear market, price jumps above and fails to hold as support, which is in red over here. In a bull, price holds as support in green. Price has jumped above the 200-day moving average. Will it hold as support? So the 200-day moving average, it has jumped above there. It's got to hold as support as we saw back here in I guess this would be 2020, in order for us to see that move to the upside. So sorry, resistance, then that needs to move up past that and turn into support. So that's where we are today. The diagonal trend lines have been very stubborn for XRP, but when they break, it is significant. There was also a giant inverse head and shoulders. Let's see if price can flip the 2021 highs into support. Is XRP capable of mooning like the last time? So just another trend line here, guys, demonstrating where we were from 2015 to 2017. Now this is XRP to Bitcoin. And, since the circumstances are so much different now for XRP because of the lawsuit, etc., it is not following Bitcoin the way it has been in previous market cycles. So are we going to see something similar to what we saw back in 2017 when XRP popped, when it spiked, compared to Bitcoin? And just as a sidebar, if you're holding XRP and want to sell some of it into Bitcoin, maybe this is a good time for you to do so. Not saying to do it, it's not financial advice, just another option. Daily RSI, we are entering hyper bullish zone and getting very oversold. You can see how price reacted when we enter these levels in prior occasions. XRP like to go vertical when it moves and can go higher than you think and then correct heavily. So again, guys, the RSI, Relative Strength Index, as I had mentioned in that last tweet, we are up high on there, and in the past, that usually suggests a lot of strength for the digital asset. He goes on to say, so to wrap up the thread, XRP has certainly woken up, although there is still a lot of work to do in order for this to be a full-out bull run. I will update you in all due course using this framework to analyze any progression. Remember to keep emotions neutral and use the charts. I hope this is useful. Please like and share and follow Cassini Capital here on Twitter. So an interesting perspective, certainly. There is still a lot of work to do, before we really get to see some of those levels that we saw coming down in the bear market, like 68 cents is going to be important, of course, at the 0.382, 93 cents. These are all lining up, guys, with levels on the Fibonacci. Like as you guys can see right over here, the 0.236 is going to be the first big one though. Up here is going to be another one, right? So 68 cents, 93 cents, $1.12. Then we'd have to get to $1.32, $1.60.5 before we can really finally hit the most recent high that we saw at $1.96. And from there, guys, it's anyone's guess. Of course, the Ripple SEC lawsuit could help expedite this and be the fuel to the fire to bring XRP to new all-time highs. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.